Well, what would one of your fondest memories of hanging out with Alex be?
Well, actually, after season 2, me and Alex and Michelle Forbes, she calls it Mishka is her name, who played Mary Ann, and Ratina all went to Paris to do some press. And yeah, life sucks, right? But I was actually really sick. But we had some fun there. Yeah, he's a wild man. I mean, Alex is a wild man, total wild man. It's fun. He's very goofy and funny, and yeah.
I'm just going to be completely open. I'm madly in love with Michelle Forbes. So yeah. Can you just tell me what she's like, man?
She is so terrible. She's made up.
Oh, good. I like that.
Did you see her on The Killing? Did you guys watch The Killing? It takes place here in Seattle. Yeah. Yeah, she's so cool. Actually, she was one of my favorite people to work with. And I don't know what it was. I guess I had met her before she got the part, but she just felt like somebody that I had known. She's so easy to be around, and she's just fun. She's like a gal, you know. She's fun. She's game. She's cool, you know. She's yes, very well endowed. She does. She's very well endowed.
Do any of you guys have any questions? We'll take some of these.
This young woman right here.
How difficult was it when you played your brother playing you?
Oh, right, yeah, that was a good question. Yeah. I mean, that's a bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen the 4th. We should let people know it's
back to, the question is, how difficult was it to play your brother being you?
Yeah. It was not that. I mean, I spent a lot of time with Marshall. And I also, I recorded all of his scenes, just on my phone, just like recorded all of his scenes and just studied it. And it was so fun. Yeah. It was really fun. It was, you know what it was? It was kind of not embarrassing, but it was such a leap. So I remember the first time I read him, when I did that at the table read I was telling you about, and had to do it in front of everybody else. And usually you're just doing your own character. We've been doing it for 4 years. You know, you don't feel very vulnerable, you know, doing your own character because you've been doing it for a while. But this was a completely different character. So it was a little, you know, I felt a little vulnerable, but I just went for it, and it was a blast. It was so much fun.
This gentleman right here.
How long is a typical shoot for one episode? How many days? And have you ever been the one who screwed it up and held up all the filming?
How long is the shooting of an episode, and has he ever screwed up and held up the filming?
Okay, to answer your first question, most television shows shoot about 8 days an episode. We shoot 15 to 20, which is crazy. I mean, even if you told anybody in the business that, when I tell people who are in the business, they're like, what? I guess it's because we have so many different locations, and we have blood, but it's great. It means that we can shoot about 4 pages a day, which is really like a feature schedule. So it's really like shooting a feature and not a TV show, which is really nice to have that time. To answer this, have I ever screwed things up? Yes. But the one time I'm remembering, one of the first jobs I ever did was one day on a soap opera, and I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. It was in New York.
It was Ryan's Hope.
That sounds good. Ryan's Hope. Let's say it was Ryan's Hope. And I don't remember, but it was really weird. It was one of those things where I didn't think that I'd done anything wrong, and I got home, and my agents were calling me like, "What happened?" They called. They said you screwed everything up. You wasted the day. And literally, they didn't tell me where to go, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I think I walked in a shot, because on soap operas they have 3 cameras going at once. Mm-hmm. I did something terrible. I don't remember what, but yeah, definitely I have.
The characters on the show evolve so much from one season to another, and like you said, there's so many writers that have to write all the different arcs of the series. Are you like assigned, or are the writers assigned a character, and like that group of writers kind of write Sam over the different seasons, or is it all jumbled up and different writers write your character?
Yeah, the question was about if a writer gets assigned a character, if a writer gets assigned a character. And no, that's not how it works. What happens is I think there are 5 or 6 writers, And what they do is, at the beginning of the season, they go in and they try to break maybe the first 6 episodes, so they'll all talk about different potential storylines for all the characters, for everyone. And once they kind of get the generalities there of this might happen and that might happen, and we could have, you know, Sam meet his parents, and so we'll have that happen. Each writer will get assigned an episode. So, and each writer does 2 episodes during the year. So then the writers will go off and write the episode. And then there's a writer's assistant who is somebody that keeps what they call the Bible. And that's kind of everything that's happened in the show and all the rules and, you know, has Sam ever, you know, what are the rules of shape-shifting, and you'll go back and look at that if you need to find something. But that's kind of how it works. You get assigned an episode.
We're going to run these around so that everybody can hear it. I'm seeing this hand back here.
Hi, so Alexander Skarsgård was in the Lady Gaga video where he got to push her off the balcony, and Norman Reedus, who's here, got to pour beer on her ass. When are we going to see you in a Gaga video, and what would you do?
Yeah, I'm really glad everybody hear that question. So when Skarsgård, do we push her off the thing?
Yeah, push her off the balcony.
Push her off the balcony, and Reedus poured beer on her?
Yeah, on her ass.
On her ass. Perhaps I would be licking the beer off the ass. Boy, what would I do to her? I don't know. Maybe I would unmask her. I don't know. It's something raunchy. Let me think about that. I'll get back to you. Something raunchy for sure. Right over here.
I don't have a question so much as a comment. The scene between you and Bill Compton in season 3, sexiest scene.
Was that like as a woman that likes men, sexist? Wow, that's so interesting. Is that I'm getting a lot of wow. So the straight women like to see a couple of guys sometimes talking suggestively about having a shower together without their shirts on. To know. I mean, so if I want to pick up a girl, I should find a guy, and we should bring her into the room and take off our shirts and that works. And then after you saw the scene, then I could go off, or whoever, with the girl. Or would we both have to go?
Yes, both.
Both? I don't know if I can do that. He's in shape. He's lost 100 and some pounds. Yeah.
Trying to get one. Did you have your
Hello.
Hello.
How do you feel where your character is going? Because you started kind of a softie, and now you're like this badass.
Yeah, I love. I mean, it was so great when the first season for me felt very passive, and that got a little old for me after a while. So it was great to go dark. And I know some people, I loved going dark because as an actor, it's great to do different things. I know some people didn't like Dark Sam. It was just a couple days binge. It was a drunken binge for a couple days, for God's sakes. But then you did see that I shot some people, which I was talking out with someone earlier. That was in self-defense, right? Because she shot at me and I didn't know, and I accidentally shot her, and then, but he was a jerk. The guy was a jerk, so. But yeah, it has been fun. Like, I definitely have liked the edgier stuff. But I feel like the writers have given me a lot of good stuff as far as range of stuff. You know, like getting to do, you know, the stuff where I did Tommy this past year, and then getting to have that scene where he died. You know, hating Tommy, loving Tommy. You know, that's all good stuff. And then I got some love scenes. So I feel like they write really good, pretty good stuff for me. You know, I mean, I always want more. We all want more, but I'm pretty happy with where they're going. I don't know where they're actually going from now. I have no idea what they're going to do. But
have you read any of the books?
I have. I've read the first 4 novels, or books.
Did you make any effort to not? Did you not get ahead of yourself from where you were? Because again, we were talking to Norman Reedus, and he said he stopped reading the Walking Dead comics at one point because he didn't want to have it's spoiled for himself,
Right.
for his own process.
Yeah, I mean, I mainly read them to make sure, Sam wasn't a transvestite and, before, and then, there was something I didn't know, like something I didn't know about that I needed to know about. But I'll probably pick up 5, because we've been basically doing an episode per book, and we've changed things a lot. I don't know if all of you all know this, but Lafayette's character died at the end of the first book, and Nell Stein, way too good.
Yeah.
Way too good. And he was so worried. He's like, Sam, I don't know. I think they're gonna kill me off. I mean, I don't know if you've ever met him. He's nothing like his character at all. He's so like kind of humble and like nice and I said, no, son, dude, you're the best thing in the show right now. Like they're not gonna kill you off. I mean, he would the first season, just in the table reads, he would just come up with hooker and he'd be saying stuff like where did this guy come from? He's got some balls,